Hey gang, how you doing? Today we're going down back to Westwood Memorial Park. It's still quite a drive down there from where I'm at. We're going to do a story and a gravesite visit with Allan Melvin. You may know him as Sergeant Hacker on Gomer Pyle USMC. I'll see you there. Wilshire Boulevard, we're pretty much downtown LA. This is a noisy street. Often I can hear sirens going up and down. I just don't think the public is aware that there is a memorial park here. There's just no signage. It's kind of hard to find. This is the only entrance to the park. Before I get into the Allan Melvin gravesite visit, I want to show you this. This is unique in that there's a private mausoleum down below. Not available to the public. Got Tim Conway. That rainy day is here. There's some other celebrities in this area too. Dean Martin, Buddy Rich, Joan Collins. I'd like to show you this. This is the chapel that they had the Marilyn Monroe service in back in 1962. Joe DiMaggio was in charge of the service. One thing he did is he had them bring in drapes overnight to cover all these side windows for privacy. Marilyn's out here. We'll probably go over and take a look. Right next to Marilyn is Hugh Hefner. Marilyn Monroe gets about 100 visitors per day. Notice the discoloration from all the red lipstick on both areas. Also in this memorial park is Carol O'Connor. Carol and Allan Melvin were good close friends. Okay, now we'll get into the reason why we're here. We're going to do a gravesite visit. I'll show you where Allan Melvin's grave location is. It's pretty much in the center of the cemetery. This memorial park's about 2 acres. Was established in 1906, I believe. But Allan Melvin, he had 2 homes. One in Brentwood, just a modest home. Nothing fancy, but in a nice neighborhood. He also had property in Michigan, lakefront property that he and his wife enjoyed visiting every summer. Allan played in, I think it was 8 episodes. He played parts in the Andy Griffith Show. One of my favorites is when Andy and Barney decide to go to Raleigh and visit the Capitol and ask for additional funding for the police department. Well, they go away for 2 days, and what's interesting is they never name who was the replacement sheriff while they're gone. But in this episode, Allan plays the part of a house detective, a hotel detective. He's got his eyes on a jewel thief. Well, Barney, of course, wanting to be a hero and get his name in the papers, thought for sure that the house detective was a jewel thief, and it turns out to be a big mess. You may remember that one. Another one of my favorite episodes, and man, I remember watching this. I had to been 4 or 5 years old, and that is the one where Allan played the part of a farmer sitting alongside the road, selling fresh vegetables to the folks of Mayberry. This is against the town ordinance, so Barney's sent out there to ask them to leave. And you may recall in the episode, they ended up buffaloing Barney, and he leaves. He takes off. And of course, Andy saves the day by convincing Barney to go back out and get them to leave. They finally do, because Andy convinced them that Barney's a serious lawman. I remember that one. Now, what's interesting is Allan was in 8 episodes with the Mayberries, Andy Griffith Show. Here we are, Allan Melvin. Dies 2008. He was married to Amelia since 1944. She lives to almost 101. Right next to Allan is Betty Page, the queen of the pinups. She's the second most visited gravesite in this memorial park. Allan was also in only 8 episodes of the Brady Bunch. It just seems like he was in much more, he's a bigger part of the show than that. But probably because he played the same character throughout the show. Sam the Butcher. Him and Ann B. Davis, the housekeeper, ends up getting married towards the end of the show. Allan also played many cartoon character voices throughout his career. Well, thanks for watching this one. Please subscribe.